Hi, this is Majin Oni, and I know I've been behind on doing some reviews, so I thought I'd clear some reviews out of the way. So I got a stack. They're going to be kind of quick, though, and then I'll have some more of the newer books following this one. Starting with Avenging Spider-Man number 7. It's basically a team-up between Spider-Man and She-Hulk. I thought overall it was kind of an entertaining read. It's fun. It's no I guess you can say it's a no maintenance read. Basically, uh, what's going on is there's like a museum opening, and then there's a Egyptian god, Egyptian artwork, and She-Hulk has to appear, but not it. She wasn't supposed to appear as herself. She was supposed to appear as Jennifer, and due to a battle in the sewer earlier, she's stuck with She-Hulk because she didn't have time to change. But anyways, you got these cultists who go in there, steal some artifacts, and the Egyptian god thinks that She-Hulk is the savior of mankind type thing, and the defender of the realms. So it gives gives her a tail and things like that. So, and there's cats everywhere. So, I mean, it was kind of entertaining. It's very lighthearted. Artwork's pretty decent. This is definitely was one of the hits of the week, so I really enjoyed it. Uncanny X-Force number 25. Oh, I don't know what to think about this one. It's not a bad thing. Basically, what's going on is this: half the team. I don't want to say half the team, but you have team members leave. You have obviously Angel leaving, Psylocke leaves, Phantom X leaves. Phantom X goes, well, without Angel, then that means you have no money. So I leave, but the truth of the matter is he's leaving because Psylocke goes, yeah, this was just a one-night stand. Thank you. But as the core of the team, yet you still have Wolverine, you have Nightcrawler, and Deadpool. So Deadpool sent on a mission, and he meets basically the new Omega Red team. And this isn't, while it is Omega Red, there's a couple other surprises along the way. And I have this weird hope for this book, I guess you can say. Because on one hand, I love the team as it was. But I understand, let's let the story evolve. And I'm really curious to see who, like new characters and things like that. I really would like to definitely see some like Domino or maybe some people like that, Thunderbird, people like that in here. Eventually go through the series. 'Cause I think those are the types of characters that would, blend well with this. Now, even though I really did enjoy it, I hated the extra stories. The Wolverine Purity story, I was like, oh my god, how many times have I seen this thing? Type of a story. But then when I saw Wolverine just start slashing people up, I was like, nice Wolverine. The Deadpool story at the the very end was also really entertaining, funny. Overall, I thought this was definitely good. Ultimate Spider-Man, I'm interested to see where the direction is. I don't hate it yet, but I also am kind of like, I guess you can say I'm on a holding pattern with this one. It's basically what you would expect from Bendis, and the artwork is back on track to being good again. And I don't know. It's like while I like the mix of Miles and his personal life, I want to see fighting, and I'm not getting a lot of fighting, and it's starting to get on me now. So I'm really curious to see where the story is going to go with his uncle, and so I'm still definitely going to be on board with this. Daredevil, the past 2 issues have been really, really strong. This issue here was basically going into Matt's past and how him and Foggy were going through college and how they teamed up on a bad teacher. The issue after this one was basically a date with the prosecutor. I think it was the prosecutor, district attorney, that was basically trying to convince that get Matt to admit that he was Daredevil. This has been a stellar read so far, and I'm really happy with this. I'm probably gonna. There's a good chance I'm gonna pick up the trades for this one. GI Combat, featuring The War That Time Forgot and The Unknown Soldier. Pretty art, but it's an average story at best. Basically, I'll go over The Unknown Soldier in a second. The Land That Time Forgot is basically something's going on in North Korea. Soldiers go in, and there's dinosaurs. That's what it is. And, you know, while I thought it's not what I would call stellar reading, or reading that's going to leave you going, wow, this was just amazing. What it is just like, pass the time, dinosaurs getting shot at, soldiers getting chomped on, and you're done. With The Unknown Soldier, it's a little bit more darker, grittier, as you can see by the artwork. And this is kind of like reintroducing everybody to who the Unknown Soldier is. This is basically a read at your own risk. If you like dinosaurs and war, then this might be the title for you. The Ultimates. This was an amazing cover, I think. First, and basically what's going on is this is the lull before the storm, because there's something, you know. We had Reed, who basically obliterated Washington, you know, the senators, the government, and from there it's basically setting up what's going on, who's in charge, and they're going to move forward from this. So overall, I mean, I think Hickman's doing a great job. The art is it's just so good that it just keeps me entertained, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this thing is going to wrap up. Ends of the Earth with Amazing Spider-Man, 685. Fantastic. This is just a fantastic read. I am just enjoying this series so much. Basically, you know, Doc Ock is going on his rampage, and you have Spider-Man, like basically Doc Ock enlists the aid of supervillains to protect his warehouses, so Spider-Man enlists the aid of whatever superheroes will listen to help him out. And Slott is doing a great job. And, you know, if anybody who's still pissed off because of what Joe Q did with the, you know, in the sense the rebooting of Spider-Man, you know, you got to get off that, because this has just been really good. Okay, now I'm going to do the culling as a whole. Now, I do have the third issue, but I just don't have it with me right now. Basically, I think there's some really good in this, because you have, you know, Legion Lost, you have Teen Titans, and you have the Ravengers. Okay? So you have 3 different groups of superheroes. You even have Warblade in here. And you have some decent fighting along the way. So that's going to keep people entertained. I think the artwork is pretty good, but this is where the problem lies. You have the Harvest guy. Brand new villain, right? He's got a TK shield around him. Nobody can get past it, and that's where we're at. Basically, superheroes are just one by one attacking and failing. And this is getting kind of boring. And, you know, I can come up with a million reasons to justify, you know, why they're doing it like they're doing it. But there's a part of me that just goes, you know, I've read comic books for so long, and why can't they do something a little different? Why does it always have to be paint by the numbers, and let's not do anything drastic, let's not do anything crazy, but let's just spoon feed the standard plot formula when you fight a major villain? I mean, in all honesty, this reminds me of almost like you have Magneto with the X-Men. You know, not I'm talking about the original first encounter. They couldn't do anything to him. And it's like, well, the X-Men worked because there's one issue. This is over four issues, And I'm like, oh, come on, this is just getting painful. On the other side, there is other things that are going on because you do have, they're dropping some plot points for the future. You also have, and the Ravagers, the new series that's coming out. So they're establishing that at the same time. So there is some other things that are going on. It's just, I just need more. I wanted more, and I'm not getting it. Okay, and I'm just going to go over the Night of the Owls as a whole. Now, the way DC is doing the Night of the Owls, I have to give them kudos, because they're doing a fantastic job. You don't, I know you hear all the time, you don't need to read all these other trades, all these other many issues to get the big picture. And in most cases, that's very true. You don't need to. But the one thing that they do is they usually force you to do it because they put plot points in those things that maybe matter, or they make you think that it matters. But with Night of the Owls, what they're doing is, it's basically, you have the Talons attacking, and then you have, Alfred going, here's the list, most of the people are dead, allies of the Bat, please save the people you can. So all of these issues, with Batman and Robin, you have the Nightwing, Catwoman, all of those issues are their attempt at saving that individual. You don't even need to see that outcome if you don't really want to, because eventually those people who die or live will be addressed later on. And one thing I really kind of liked about the Batman issue is Batman basically has a list of 2 people that he's going to try to save. So what he does is he goes to Arkham Asylum first, and it just tells you, read detective, and you're done. There's no 3 pages of this is what happened. It just says, read it. If you want to know what happened at Arkham Asylum, buy that issue. Otherwise, forget about it. It's not important. And then it goes on, because this is the issue right here, since it's the core Batman. This is the one where it matters. The person that he goes to save. I also thought the fight, I have mixed feelings on the fight. There's some really good about it, and I think fans will really appreciate it. I think there's some other things that I think that maybe could have been a little bit better. In terms of, like for an example, it's like it's getting colder and colder and colder, but yet Batman eventually gets out of his armor, and he's like, I'm A-okay because I have bats around me. And I'm like, no, you'd be frozen. Come on. And so there's things like that, little minor tweaks. But if you look in the grand scheme of things, it's elevating the mood and everything. So I'm whatever works for you guys. But overall, like I said, if AVX was done this good, then I'd be ecstatic. I'd be so happy. Anyways, that's my poll. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. I'll have some more stuff following this shortly. So until next time.